Now let's talk about breast. Let's have a conversation on breast cancer. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Have you felt your breast today? I missed asking you this question last week, but we have a conversation. I'm all excited because today we get to speak to a woman who survived it, but we also speak to a nurse on, you know, how they care for patients who have breast cancer. So let me say good morning to you, Auntie Lillian. Congratulations to you. You've survived it for 10 years, you say?
About 10 years.
About 10 years,
yes.
Okay. And Charlotte Lamte is an oncology nurse, so I guess you take care of breast cancer patients.
Exactly.
Okay. How many patients do you have, would you say? Is there a number to it, or?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't immediately come, but a lot. Because breast cancer is the leading cancer. So in a week, we see about 80.
80?
Yes.
Wow.
For treatment, yeah.
Okay. So these are not necessarily new cases, but these are people who regularly come for treatment.
Continuing in new cases as well.
Wow. And then the ages, would you say, the people you see? I mean, what kind of people are they?
Okay, so we have like as young as maybe 23, then as old as 80 plus. Yeah.
Amazing. Auntie Lillian, let's talk about when you first discovered that you had breast cancer. I'm sure it was scary.
Very, very. Because I've heard about breast cancer, and I've seen a lot of people with breast cancer who have not been going to the hospital, and I've heard about the end result of it. So when I felt a lump in my breast, I immediately went to see the doctor. And I was given some medicine.
How did you know? First of all, how did you know? Because these days the awareness is on very much. But how did you know? I mean, way back, almost 10 years ago, how did you know that when you felt a lump, you quickly had to go to the hospital?
At least I have an idea about it.
Okay.
I had an idea about it.
Okay.
So I exercised. Anyway, some people came to the church to screen us on the breast.
Okay.
And they advised us
as
that a point in time, at least after our menstruation, we should exercise, do the exercise. They showed us how to go about it.
Okay, so that's what you did, and then you discovered there was a lump. So quickly you went to the hospital, all right? And then what happened?
When I went, they took care of me, asked me to go for lab and whatnot, others. I did all, and then they booked me to remove the lump from the breast.
Oh, so it was confirmed that indeed what you had
from the scan and the x-rays. Yes, they saw it.
Okay.
And so they booked me and they operated upon me.
So at this point, who was around you? Were there family members? Okay.
My children were there.
But what were you thinking? Did you ever think that you were going to survive it?
Oh, for sure. I had confidence in me that I will survive.
Okay.
So after the operation, when they removed the lump, it was later that I realized the rest of the breast was being discolored. It was, the color is different from the one without the lump.
Okay.
So
what was the meaning of that? It meant that it was the cancer spreading then?
I didn't know. I don't know anything about medicine. So when it was time for review, I went to see the doctor and I told the doctor about what is happening to my breast.
Okay.
The doctor checked on me and then advised me, counseled me, and then said, I will be booked for another operation. Said, the doctor said he was going to do auxiliary clearance.
Okay.
I said, okay. Whatever they will do.
So that you'll be free.
That I'll be free. They should do. When the day of the operation, a day before the operation, another doctor came, counseled me, and said, I've gone for the operation once. I'm going for this auxiliary clearance the second time. If anything happens again, do I know what will happen? Meaning, if in case after this auxiliary clearance, anything happens, I may come to the hospital again for another operation. So, why not then taking off the breasts once and for all, and then after that, I'll be treated. Then I'll be free from the cancer, cancer. I said, okay, whatever they will do.
It wasn't a difficult decision?
Taking off one breast.
Yeah.
The thing is, there is a problem with it. So I should do away with it so that I'll be free. Because if it is there, and the thing is giving me problems on and on, I'll be seeing the doctor, I'll be going on several operations.
Yeah.
I may not know what will happen again. So what do I do?
The way you're giving the narration, it was as if, okay, yeah, you discovered today and then the following day, and then I'm sure it took a while.
Oh, it took a while.
How long did it take?
Meaning from the time I realized the lump.
Yes. To the first operation and then through to the final one.
The first operation, I had it on the 15th of November 2008.
Okay.
When the lump was taken. And then 3 months, just 3 months, barely 3 months, 5th February, the next year, November and January and February.
In February. That's when you discovered the discolorization.
Oh, the discolorization was within 1 month.
Oh, okay.
After the lump was taken.
Wow.
So 3 months, I was on the table again for the mastectomy.
Amazing. Let me come to you, Charlotte. I mean, she talks about confidence. She wanted anything that could possibly make what she had go away. How often do you see patients who are willing to do everything and anything to just make it go away?
I admit that this is a difficult decision for most patients, especially with mastectomy. But we have a few who willingly are ready for anything, any form of treatment for her to be free. But so like for her, for instance, she was willing, to, but like especially with the younger women who are disturbed about their body image after the surgery. So a lot of counseling do come in here. Sometimes they are referred to psychologists for counseling. We also do our best, Then there is that hope of reconstruction after surgery. All these things come into place. So then, we can.
But what's the role of the nurse exactly in all these?
Wow, that is quite huge. Right from diagnosis. Even from screening, if I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, because we do a lot of screening. That is prevention, we go out on outreaches to screen clients, educate them on early signs, or as she said, that people came to their church. Yes. So we do a lot of that, a lot of education. Then when you come to the hospital, we are there. Throughout, the continuum of care, even to survivorship, So we are there in direct patient care. Chemotherapy administration is mainly the role of the nurse.
Okay.
So yes, we do continuous assessments of clients, reviewing laboratory results, coordinating care of patients, navigating them through the systems, making their experiences.
How many Auntie Lillians are there? How many survivors are there? Do we have a lot of survivors?
We do have a lot of survivors, and survivorship, I would say, is not. It comes in two parts. We have the acute phase, so immediately you are diagnosed with cancer, then you are a survivor. You know, so until you complete, yes. So you are a survivor right from the day of diagnosis. Then you're going to go through treatment till the end of treatment, then beyond. So we have a lot. The figures doesn't come readily, but like we have a lot of it.
Because and I want to ask Auntie Lillian this: were you thinking about, okay, this cannot be done in Ghana? Maybe I have to put myself together and go to, is it South Africa or somewhere in the UK to go and get treatment because the doctors in Ghana cannot treat me?
I don't have that idea.
Oh, okay.
I know it will be treated here.
You're special because you seem to, you had a certain mindset even at that time, and you talk about almost 10 years, which has been a while. And a lot of people really, when they discover some of these things, they are thinking about a lot of things. Others will run to the church and go and seek for prayers, you know, go to camps. But you ran straight to the hospital.
I went to the hospital.
Amazing. But were there fears? Because after barely 2 months, you realized a different thing from the first operation. So even after you went for this second surgery, were you afraid that this could come up again?
No. It was the first time I haven't gone for operation before. So when I was going for the first time, I was frightened. You know what? I'll make you laugh. I went to the bank, withdrew an amount of money, gave it to my children, and told them, in case I go and I don't come back, use this money for my funeral.
Oh, you're a good woman. Wow.
Because they were young.
Amazing. So you went to the bank to withdraw all your savings?
Not all, but an amount.
Okay, and gave it to your children? Just
I
in
put
case.
it somewhere in my wardrobe and showed them that in case I go and I don't come back, use that money.
What did you do to the money afterwards? Because obviously nobody went for it. Amazing.
I used it.
Yeah. But you know, what do you tell people? What would be, especially in a month when we create a lot of awareness on breast cancer, what would be your words to people?
All I want to tell them that it is curable. Cancer, breast cancer, is curable. If you see a lump in your breast, rush to the doctor. Those who take care of the breast, and you'll be taken care of.
Was it expensive treating it? Because you went to do a lot of tests before the surgery.
That is a big problem. Treatment of cancer is very expensive. I went through chemo. Every 6 cycles.
How is the chemo like?
Auntie Ness.
Auntie Ness, how is the chemo like? I've had chemo.
So chemotherapy is just administration of the cancer drugs we call cytotoxics. Cytotoxic, killing, you know, cell killer, sort of, yeah.
Okay.
So it comes in a lot of forms. We have tablet forms, we have the infusion forms. So
so it's not like you're going to go under something?
No.
Ah.
No. So it's just like a drip set up on you with the cannula inserted, then it flows like that.
I don't want to ask you if it's painful. I have to ask.
No,
Auntie
it
Lillian,
shouldn't.
is it a painful? Is it a painful process to go through?
It is not painful, but the after effect on you.
Okay.
You feel drowsy. When you are finished with the chemo, after the injection has been taken off you, you feel drowsy.
Okay.
You have to be assisted with some before you go into a taxi and then you are taken.
Did you lose your hair? That's also something that we've
Yes.
heard is associated.
I
Okay.
lost my hair. My body, as you are seeing me now, I grew lean like an old woman. My grandchildren, they came on vacation. They were coming and they passed by. And I said, Nana, ma. When she heard my voice, then she came back. Oh, that's Grandma.
But
Here am I today.
Yeah, that's only because you were going through a certain process. So, you know, here you are, full recovery.
Here am I today.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank God for my life.
You know,
I
God
am back.
God.
I am back. This is the body
Yeah.
I started the cancer with, and I have been treated, and I'm now okay. I'm now not on any medication.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I just go for review.
Okay.
For them to see.
Oh, you still go for review?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I go. They see me and they said, you are okay. Sometimes they'll ask me for checks, x-rays and whatnot to make sure there's nothing wrong with me.
Okay.
Last time, my last visit, I went with my x-ray and the doctor looked at it and said, oh, your chest is clear. There's nothing wrong with you. Go and come 6 months time.
So now you're doing 6 months, 6 months.
6 months, yes.
Okay.
It's
Did you do
because
the
of
did you
swollen
reconstruct the breasts?
No.
Okay.
It's not there.
Okay. But how is it like? Do you see it like a second chance to life or something? Do you have a new perspective? I hear there's a good feeling, you know, like you see life differently after you've gone through a process like that. Is it true?
It is true. Because as I was saying, the other time when my children came and the grandchildren came and they couldn't recognize me. And today, it's Grandma all over the place. Anybody who comes to meet me and see me. And as I'm speaking with you now, I am alive. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I was just going to say that God kept you alive because He wanted you to share this story with us to inspire everybody else. So we thank God for your life. But Charlotte, so are the nurses on call? Do you do home service and stuff?
No.
Okay.
You have to come to the hospital because for chemotherapy administration, a lot more goes into it than, you know, coming to people's home. But then we are on call. We run a navigation clinic where clients have a phone number. They can readily reach a nurse on any day, even during the weekends. We don't work on weekends, but during the weekends, there is a phone number that clients do reach us on if they have any issues. Then
okay.
we direct them as well.
Are the nurses, the oncology nurses, nicer?
I guess so. Until again can confirm with that.
Are they nicer than the gynae nurses? Like those are the when you're pregnant, maternity. Yes.
Maternity.
Are they nicer?
Right.
Cancer is a serious illness. So anybody suffering from cancer, you know, the nurses try to be very good to them so that you, the patient, you are worried about the ailment, so they will calm you down.
Oh, okay.
They will comfort you, speak. What do I say? So
what were you going? Was it Kolebu you were going toward as well? Okay.
I started from the surgical.
Okay.
And now I'm at radiotherapy.
Okay. So these are the Kolebu nurses we're talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess I have to reserve the question for next week when we talk to Dr. Iti, because we have to find out if the nurses are all nice.
They have to.
They have to.
They're nice. Because if you are there and you see, a lot of us, the moment we realize that we have a lump in our breast, we get worried.
Yeah.
So if you don't get anybody who will say comfort words to you,
you'll be lost.
That's it.
Yeah. So where do you get, where do you also get your, how do you refresh yourself? Because you impart a lot. What you say to your patients means everything. How do you, I guess, also, where do you also receive that so that you give? Okay,
so there are lots of nursing societies, oncology nursing societies that we join. International societies, we are involved in continuous professional development.
Okay.
Yeah, then so a lot of resources are online available to us.
Okay.
For us to yeah.
Okay. But this is a specialized area.
Yes.
So the nurse must be willing to be here. Is that
exactly?
it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's a challenging field and you can't be there if you don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I take it that this is a job that you absolutely love doing.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. All right. Maybe your final words. I don't know what to say, but this is good news that you don't always encounter. I guess that's why I'm a bit lost. So what would be your final words to the people who are watching us, to all women who are watching you right now?
My final words to all women watching me is that immediately you see the lump in your breast, it is not the end of your life. Go and see the doctor. If you go and the doctor is not the very person to look at you, the doctor will direct you to the necessary place.
Okay.
And you'll be taken care of. Don't go to places like these churches and whatnot. You waste all the time there. Before you come to the hospital, everything is in the worst condition. And then you expect them to do magic. There is no magic there.
Yeah. Thank you. I like that a lot. Charlotte, what will be your final words?
Okay, so as Auntie Lillian has said, early detection is the key. So just come. Yes, and you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Okay. Well, I've met very nice nurses in my life. I think there are some amazing nurses at Medifem, for instance. So I don't doubt that you guys are really nice. Thank you for what you do. I think usually we bash you, but we have to say the positive things that you do, because it doesn't. Sometimes when it's your own mother or your own sister who is not well, taking care of them at home, that's like such a big burden. And you see a lot of people on a daily basis. So may God give you the grace to continue to do what you do, and may they pay you better than they do right now, so that you continue to do that. Auntie Lillian, the woman who went to the bank to withdraw money and to direct her children because she didn't think she was going to come out of it, but here she is, almost 10 years, and she survived it. She doesn't have any cancer at all. She's not on any medication. We're grateful to God for her life. Thank you for sharing your story with us here on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shalon. And stay with us. We have our last conversation on breast cancer next week. So if you loved this, let's have the conversation again next week.